Now we are going to study something about properties of colloids. The properties of colloids can be classified or we can study it under three headings. One is optical properties. The second one is kinetic properties. And the third one is electrical properties. In this video, we are going to discuss about the optical properties as well as kinetic properties. What is optical properties? The properties which are related with the light is called optical properties. The first one is Tyndall effect. When we are passing a beam of light to colloidal solution, the path of the light will be visible as a bright bluish light. This effect is called Tyndall effect. When a beam of light is passed through a colloidal solution, the path of the light will be visible as a bright streak. Effect is called Tyndall effect. This effect was the very first. It was observed by Faraday, but later it was completely studied by Tyndall. That is why this effect is called Tyndall effect. The reason for the Tyndall effect is the scattering of light by the particles of colloid. That is, the light gets scattered by the dispersed phase. The scattering of light by colloidal particle is the main reason for Tyndall effect. What is the common example for this? One of the common example for Tyndall effect is in the cinema hall. We can see during projection the beam of light which is coming out from the projector get illuminated. How it is illuminated? Because the light gets scattered by the dust particle as well as the smoke present inside the hall. That is, it is a Tyndall effect. We can commonly see in cinema hall. There are two conditions for Tyndall effect. The first one is the size of the colloidal particle should be much smaller. The size of the colloidal particle should not be much smaller than the wavelength of the light used. What is the first condition? The size of the colloidal particle should not be smaller than the wavelength of the light used. The wavelength of the light used and the size of the particle should be almost equal. The second one, the refractive index of the dispersed phase and dispersion medium differ greatly in magnitude. These are the two conditions for Tyndall effect. Now we are going to study something about the application. What is the use of this Tyndall effect? So one of the important use of Tyndall effect is it is used to distinguish true solution and colloidal solution. If you are seeing true solution as well as colloidal solution, in some cases both appears like a homogeneous mixture, both like they are having no difference. How can you differentiate? By using Tyndall effect. For that, in 1903, Sixmondi, one scientist, constructed an apparatus called ultra microscope. So ultra microscope means nothing but actually Sixmondi construct a Tyndall effect setup. Perpendicular to the beam of light used, he construct a microscope. When we are seeing the colloidal particles through this microscope, which is constructed perpendicular above, just perpendicular to the beam of light, the colloidal particles appear as a bright star in the dark background. Suppose if we are keeping true solution, we cannot see this bright star because the true solution particles are so small, so there is no scattering takes place. Thus, we can differentiate true solution and colloidal solution by Sixmondic apparatus. But very important point we have to note down here is Sixmondic's ultra microscope only gives us the reflected light from the colloidal particle. It not give the actual particle but only the reflected light from the particle. So by using this we cannot study anything about the size and shape of the colloidal particles. Color of the colloidal particles. The color of the colloidal particles depends on wavelength of the light scattered by the colloidal particle. It also depends on the observer who observe the colloidal particle. So I will give some example for that. Here the first thing is it depends on the wavelength of the light used. The wavelength of the light in turns it depends on the size and nature of the particle. It depends on size and nature of the particle. For example, if you are taking very finest gold salt, it is red in color. Suppose if the size of the particle somewhat increases, then it becomes purple in color. Again, if the size increases, it becomes blue in color. And finally, it becomes golden color. So, the light depends on the color of the colloidal particle depends on the wavelength of the light. Wavelength of the light depends on size. When size changes, automatically color of the colloidal particle also changes. Second point regarding the color is based on the observer. That means the observer receiving. In which manner the observer is receiving the light, based on that color of the colloidal particle changes. For example, take a mixture of milk and water in a glass tumbler. If you see that it is blue in color, but if you place one beam of light or if you set up one beam of light pass through this, and if you see the transmitted light from the other side, you can see it is red in color. So the observer, if he see the transmitted light, he will see it is red in color. If he see the reflected color, it is blue in color. That's all about the color of the colloidal particles. Now we are going to discuss about the second property of colloid, that is kinetic properties. If you are studying about kinetic property, when colloidal solutions are viewed under very powerful ultra microscope, the colloidal particles are always exhibit ceaseless zigzag random motion. This movement was observed by Robert Brownian. Therefore, this movement is called Brownian movement. What is Brownian movement? Colloidal particles are exhibiting ceaseless zigzag random movement. This movement is called Brownian movement. Why this Brownian movement takes place? The reason for Brownian movement is the unequal bombardment of dispersed phase with the dispersion medium. Because the dispersed phase is moving, dispersion medium is also moving. Both are collide with each other. When they collide with when one dispersed phase collide with the dispersion medium, it moves in opposite direction. On the way it collide with another one particle. So like that, the unequal bombardment of dispersed phase with the dispersion medium is the reason for Brownian movement. This Brownian movement, if you see, always the particles are moving and colliding. That means it is giving a stirring effect. The particles are always moving. Therefore, the particles can't settle down. It cannot have the time to settle down. That is why Brownian movement explains about the stability of the colloids, or in otherwise it gives stability to colloidal state. One of the very important factor which give stability to colloid is Brownian movement. Very important point, underline. The stability of the colloid is due to Brownian